Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word, your daily dose of English vocabulary. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we delve into another interesting word. Today's word is conflict. What does it mean? How do we use it? Let's find out. Conflict, as a verb, at a B2 level, means to clash or disagree strongly. It describes a situation where two or more things are incompatible or in opposition. Think of it as a battle of ideas, opinions, or even physical forces. It's not just a minor disagreement. It suggests a serious and potentially prolonged disagreement. So, how do we use conflict in everyday language? Well, we often use it to describe situations where there's a disagreement between people, ideas, or even within ourselves. For example, my schedule conflicts with a meeting time, or the company's values often conflict with its employees' personal beliefs. Now, let's explore some synonyms for conflict. These are words that have similar meanings and can be used in place of conflict in certain situations. One synonym is clash. The two armies clashed at the border. Another is disagree. The board members disagreed on the new marketing strategy. We can also use contend. The teams will contend for the championship title. Another useful synonym is differ. Their opinions differ significantly on this matter. Finally, let's consider oppose. The residents opposed the construction of the new highway. So, we've seen how conflict relates to words like clash, disagree, contend, differ, and oppose, each adding a slightly different shade of meaning. Now, let's flip the coin and look at some antonyms for conflict. These are words that have the opposite meaning of conflict. A key antonym is agree. The negotiators agreed on a ceasefire. Another antonym is harmonize. The singers harmonized beautifully during the concert. We can also use reconcile. The two parties were able to reconcile their differences. Another useful antonym is unite. The community united to support the victims of the disaster. Finally, consider concur. The judges concurred with the jury's verdict. So, while conflict represents disagreement and opposition, these antonyms like agree, harmonize, reconcile, unite, and concur represent agreement, unity, and resolution. Now, let's see how conflict is used in everyday life. You might hear someone say, there's a conflict of interest, meaning someone's personal interests might influence their professional decisions. Or, the movie explores the conflict between tradition and modernity. In everyday conversations, you might say, I'm trying to avoid conflict with my neighbor, or his actions are in direct conflict with a company policy. Here are some more usage examples of conflict in sentences and phrases. The evidence presented at the trial conflicted with the witness's testimony. The government is trying to resolve the ongoing conflict in the region. The siblings often conflict over their inheritance. The politician's controversial statements conflicted with his party's platform. The lawyer had a conflict of interest and had to withdraw from the case. The manager tried to mediate the conflict between the two employees. The economic crisis created a conflict between the rich and the poor. The new law conflicts with existing regulations. The artist's work often explores themes of internal conflict. The characters in the novel are constantly in conflict with each other. So, to recap, conflict as a verb means to clash or disagree strongly. We've looked at synonyms like clash, disagree, contend, differ, and oppose, and antonyms like agree, harmonize, reconcile, unite, and concur. We've also explored how conflict is used in everyday life and in various sentences and phrases. I hope this has helped you understand the meaning and usage of the word conflict a little better. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word today. I hope you found this episode helpful. Now, here's a little call to action for you. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support really helps others find the show and learn English too. And I have a challenge for you. Create your own sentence using the word conflict and share it as a comment under the video. I'd love to see what you come up with. Until next time, keep practicing your English, and I'll see you in the next episode of Hello Word.